Welcome to the second part of our guide to using Techlink Communicator. We ended the first part looking at how to add recipients to receive the mail out, so let's continue from there. Now, let's say that in a couple of months' time, Mr. Smith contacts you to inform you that he has now decided to sell his properties, and with the proceeds he wishes to be kept more informed about estate planning. This will mean that you will need to edit the categories Mr. Smith receives information on. To do this, just click on Mr. Smith's name in the box on the left. You will now see Mr. Smith's information appear. This screen will enable you to change the categories related to him. To stop him receiving information on property ownership, just click on the tick next to property owner and the box will now appear blank. Next, we need to put a tick in the box marked estate planning. Do this by clicking on the box. Once these changes have been made, just click on the button marked Save. You can use this screen to also edit Mr. Smith's name or his email address if you wish. If, having made changes, you decide against them, you can click Cancel Edit to take you back to the details originally entered. But, as we are happy with these changes, let's click Save Recipients. We are now back to our master list of users. Now, let's assume a few months further down the line, Mrs. Brown no longer wishes to receive any newsletter from you, which means she will need to be removed from the recipient list. To do this, click on her name on the left, and then in the subsequent screen that appears, click on the button marked Remove Recipient. Having seen how to set up recipients for client FYI, we are now going to look at how to set up recipients for the professional FYI. To do this, we will now click on the red New Pro button. The screen now changes to show an empty table. In the same way as we saw with the client recipient setup, to enter a new recipient of the professional mail out, go to the box marked by line 1 and click in the box under the word Name. Here you will type the name of the recipient you wish to receive the content. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are going to set up our new client, Mr. Green. Then click in the box to the right of this under the title Email and type the email address of the person, in this case Mr. Green's. For the client mail out, we then moved on to choose the categories that each recipient would be interested in. However, with the professional mail out, there is no option to make the content bespoke. Therefore, all recipients included within this section will receive all of the professional mail out content. You follow the same process for all recipients you wish to receive the mail out. Note that you can set up to 20 recipients up at a time using this screen. Once you have set up your new recipients, or have completed all 20 boxes and wish to set up more, click the Save Recipients button at the bottom of the screen. Note that if you do not do this, the information you have entered will not be remembered. If the users have been added correctly, then they will appear on the subsequent screen with a green background behind them. Any that have not been completed correctly will have a red background behind them, which means that you will need to edit the details you have given. Finally, if the background behind the name is grey, it means that this is a recipient you have already added to the system. If this is the case, we would recommend that you remove one of the entries of the recipient's details, otherwise that recipient will receive 2 copies of each mail out that is sent. Clicking on the button marked Recipients will now take you back to the whole list of mail out recipients, where you will see those receiving the client and those receiving the professional mail out in the list. In the same way as the client mail out, if Mr. Green no longer wishes to receive FYI from you, he can be removed from the recipient list. To do this, click on his name on the left and then, in the subsequent screen that appears, click on the button marked Remove Recipient. Once you have set up your list of recipients, we can now look at the mail outs you will be sending to the recipients. Every fortnight you will be alerted by email that a new set of mail outs is available to send out to your recipients. Note that the send out will not be done automatically, as you will be required to review the content of the mail out before agreeing to let it be sent. This is what we shall now do. On the screen, click on the button marked New Mailout. On clicking this, you will be presented with a list of articles. At the top of the list is the content of the professional mailout. As you can see, this is not editable and will have to be accepted or rejected in its entirety. If you are happy with the content, you will need to put a tick next to the words Professional Newsletter to accept the content to be sent. Underneath this are the client FYI articles. For each article you will see its title, then underneath this is a list of the categories that the article is relevant to. Below this is the content of the article itself. For each article you will need to review the content, and then if you are happy that the content of the article is relevant to your client, you will need to place a tick in the box next to the article's title. If you do not wish to accept the article content, then leave the tick box unchecked. If there are any categories that do not have any relevance to any of your clients, then any articles written on this category will not have a tick box next to them. Therefore, they will not be able to be chosen for the mailout. You will note that some of the articles are related to more than one category. If you choose to accept those articles for your recipients, if any of your recipients have both of these categories within their list of interested categories, the article will be included in the newsletter only once. Once you have reviewed and accepted the articles, click on the button marked Save and Send Mailout at the bottom of the articles list. Once you have done this, you will be presented with a notice stating your mailout has been scheduled and will be sent in the next few hours. Please note that once you have sent out the mailout, you will not be able to send another one until you are notified a new one is available. Thus, if we click on the button marked New Mailout, we are now presented with a message saying you have already sent out a mailout from the current set of articles. You cannot send another mailout until new articles are made available. So that concludes the explanation of the FYI email management system. As mentioned at the beginning of this demonstration, if you do not wish to use this email management system, then you can receive the content of the email in a standard Word and PDF format. By requesting to receive the service in this manner, which you can state to us when you purchase the service, then we will automatically email you with the content each fortnight. From those documents, you can then decide what you would like to send out to your own clients. We are now going to look briefly at the other product included within the Techlink Communicator service, the quarterly newsletters. These can be accessed by clicking on Newsletters on the navigation column on the left of the screen. Each quarter we produce a client and professional newsletter. These newsletters feature articles written by our consultants on relevant developments on tax, tax planning, trusts, pensions and financial planning with retail investment and protection products. These articles include a commentary on how these developments will affect your clients and your professional connections. These newsletters are designed to be sent to clients and professionals, and as such they can be edited to include your company details if required. To download the newsletter, you simply need to click on the link of the version you require, PDF or Word format. This will then open up the newsletter in the relevant format, at which point you can save it to your system. So that now concludes this demonstration of Techlink Communicator. If you have any further queries in regard to the use of Techlink, please feel free to contact us using the details available on the Contact Us link on the website. Thank you.